Pressure is rising sharply at Maranello, following harsh comments made by Ferrari's chairman John Elkann in the wake of his squad's double non-score in Brazil, its third for the season. But while he praised the squad's dedicated mechanics, who he said are effectively winning the championship, and engineers who have improved the car, the rest, he said, are not up to standard, with a clear bar reserved for the squad's pilots. We definitely have drivers who need to focus on driving and talk less, because we still have important races ahead of us, and getting second place is not impossible, he said. Ferrari is looking down the barrel of its first winless campaign since 2021. With the highlights being Lewis Hamilton's sprint pole and win in China, and Charles Leclerc's 7 podiums. In a season that has been dominated by its great rival McLaren.
It's true that this season it's a bit more difficult, that McLaren is flying. Behind McLaren we are fighting with Mercedes and Red Bull. And they are dominating.
There's no doubt that Elkann's comments are born from frustration, with the prancing horse dropping from second in the constructors' standings to fourth in the space of one round. Especially in light of its recent World Endurance Championship title win, following the last race for the season in Bahrain, with Elkann stating, "When Ferrari is united, it gets results." The heat is now on the Scuderia to return to form in Las Vegas, where it's been competitive in the past, to outscore Mercedes, with an eye to securing the place in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. There's a lot on the line. Munich, Germany was the place to be last week, with Audi's launch of its concept livery ahead of its Formula One debut in 2026. One that shows its intent to not just compete, but win at the highest level. The event, held at the Marque's expansive Brand Experience Center, was glamorous, with the top brass and VIP guests brought in at speed in some of Audi's most iconic historic machinery. And the pre-reveal speeches showed a bullish determination to succeed.
We start as challengers, but we have the right team in place and an ambitious yet realistic roadmap to fight for the championship by 2030.
But there was realism in how Audi will make its dreams a reality.
Becoming a champion is a journey of progress. It's a team effort. Engineers, mechanics, designers, partners, every contribution moves us forward.
Championship winning teams, they're not built on just on people who believe, but you have to believe in each other, in the process, and also in the destination. And our project is more than just building a team, it's about shaping a future of Formula One.
It was then on to the reveal, with a very clean-looking concept livery, one designed to show Audi's design philosophy moving forward. And it got approval from one of Audi's most favorite sons, Tom Christensen, Mr. Le Mans, his 9 wins, 6 consecutive, the most of all time.
I love the design. It's very different, but it's very strong and very mature. The time is now, and now it has to happen.
British squad Williams returned to Bahrain in October 2025 for a special in-season test, geared to prepare its development driver Luke Browning for his FP1 shot at the Mexico City Grand Prix. It was to be Browning's second time in an F1 car at a Grand Prix event in 2025, his third overall, with the Brit to get last dibs on the iconic squad's 2023 spec FW45 as part of its final outing on the TPC program.
We're testing today, so it's going to be very hot. I think we're going to get up to roughly 35 degrees, so the track temp's going to be pretty high. And yeah, this is preparation before FP1 in Mexico.
Browning can take the heat as a multiple Junior Series champion, including British F4 and GB3. He also won Macau in 2023, finished third in F3 with 2 wins in 2024, and is third in F2 with 2 rounds to go. Naturally, Browning did all his fitness prep before even getting to the track. But like every driver, still needed a warm-up before facing the car's forces. Important given the difference between F2 and F1.
F2 to F1 is a huge jump, especially on the body, but on the mind as well. The sort of forces are going up, especially in the sort of longitudinal neck, so front to back, and lateral forces of the G are going up by around about 20 kilos.
Once prepped, Browning changed and got into the car, surrounded by his Williams crew. With the test of previous cars, a chance for the team to bring in and train up new talent for its race outfit. Browning was then focused on getting the most from his specific run plan, with around 560 kilometers in total distance scheduled, and his lap times with incremental improvements.
The biggest delta looks like here.
Browning's runs in the FW45 continued as the floodlights came on, but it soon came to an end with Mexico looming, where Browning finished 18th, 1.9 seconds behind pace-setter Ferrari Charles Leclerc. The Brit completed 31 laps to Alex Albon's 33, and will go again in Abu Dhabi FP1 and the post-season Young Driver Test. The Fast and Furious meets Formula One as the sport touches down for the final time this year in the USA, and with the fight for the driver's crown ongoing, though things are clearer after Brazil. But the intensity is set to reach fever pitch, with Las Vegas the first leg of a cross-continent triple header, followed by one final Atlantic Ocean crossing for the last rounds in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Just 49 points separates the top 3, with Lando Norris the favorite to seal a maiden title, following 2 dominant wins in Mexico and Brazil that put him 24 ahead of McLaren teammate Oscar Piastri. 2024's edition proved a silver stunner as George Russell rode the wave of his Mercedes' sudden dominance to lead home then teammate Lewis Hamilton for the Works team's milestone 60th 1-2 result, with the king being Red Bull's Max Verstappen, who secured enough points for his 4th straight World Championship. Russell came home 16.5 seconds ahead of the Dutchman, who finished where he started in 5th, the required 1 place ahead of rival McLaren's Lando Norris for the title with 2 races remaining. Hamilton kept the adrenaline flowing following last year's race, with the 7-time world champion joining the private Polaris program for some astronaut flight training.
Yep, here we go.
The initiative, set up by Mercedes sponsor IWC Schaffhausen, saw the Brit prepped and suited up for a 1-hour flying stint in the L-39 Albatross jet.
Squeeze by pulling back on the stick and we'll start feeling some G. Nice. That was epic.
Hamilton pulled a maximum of 7.5 G, more than astronauts experience on ascent, as part of a series of typical maneuvers, including accelerations and decelerations to experience lateral G-forces.
You just feel like you're just floating through the clouds. It's pretty unique, and we came down and swooped through past the runway, which was kind of crazy. We were so close to the runway, and then pulled back on the stick and took off and went up. That was wicked.
The hype for this year's Las Vegas race has been large, with a deal extension in June to take it through to 2027, while the race promoters marked the 100-night countdown with a 100-vehicle car show held at the track. Guests were able to get photos with the special Las Vegas Grand Prix F1 show car, enjoy live music from the event's DJ Helmet Truck, and played games to win prizes, including passes to the event. The big change for 2025 is its starting time, with lights out happening 2 hours earlier than the previous 2 editions.
Right at 8 p.m., which is our new race time this year. Last year was 10 p.m., but this year we've moved it up just based on some feedback from the fans. It's a better time for the East Coast to be able to watch the race as well.
The Las Vegas track is in a dream location for the sport, right in the heart of the city. The 6.201-kilometer layout has 17 turns, 11 left and 6 right, and a top speed of 350 kilometers per hour. McLaren's Lando Norris reset the lap record last year. There are 2 DRS activation zones, with the first between turns 4 and 5 and the other between turns 13 and 14. There are also 2 DRS detection points, one after turn 2, the other after turn 13. Street racing at night in Sin City. It's time for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.